Hey guys, Kate here, and welcome to the Shark Bites podcast. I'm joined today with my boyfriend, Giuini, or also known as Aaron the Hyena.
Greetings from Italy. Today we're going to talk about reboots.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Especially the latter two.
Would you like to start, or would you like me to start?
What I will bring to the conversation is mostly like a supplement, since I will be talking about movie reboots, and this is mostly about cartoon reboots.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll start. I've been researching a bit about the Hey Arnold possible reboot. How familiar are you with Hey Arnold?
Well, I mostly know that it's a rather popular series, a staple of animation, and it's extremely famous.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite childhood shows.
And not only yours, it's of many people.
So, the research that I've done on it, there's no official word from the creator, but everybody wants it, I guess. Everybody wants a reboot of it. The recent film that came out, I think it was 2 years ago, 2017 or something, that had really positive feedback. A lot of people enjoyed that film. And
that's really good.
I know, and that's why they're kind of saying, can we have a reboot? The only, I guess, information confirming it or, suggesting a reboot is Netflix. Netflix wants a Hey Arnold series reboot.
Well, if that is the case, I hope that they learn from the mistakes done by reboots in the past. For example, a good archive of bad reboots will be the cinema board. For example, with Robocop, Total Recall,
Yeah.
and the like. Yes.
Yeah. Another one that Nickelodeon, well, I guess Nickelodeon-based shows that they were talking about was Rugrats, which I don't know if you remember. You probably do, but they did a spin-off in the early 2000s of Rugrats.
All grown up, you mean?
Yeah, they did the Rugrats All Grown Up, and it was okay, but it wasn't.
As a matter of fact, I'm rather familiar with it, but not too much. You see, I saw some episodes, but it was nothing special, at least in my opinion.
I think if they were to make a reboot of the original Rugrats, I wonder if they would keep some of the newer characters like Dill and Kimmy, or if they would just go back to the original.
It depends on the voice actors they have access to, because having voice actors, different voice actors can be really bad for the fandom.
Yeah. So enough about me. Let's talk about some of the shows that you're interested in that might be receiving reboots.
I would like Ed the Detective to be rebooted. I think that with that kind of stature and the reputation, not to mention the premise of the show, it would be really hard to mess up. But I also hope that they know what they are doing when they decide to tackle that.
Would you like it to be updated, with references and stuff?
I would really appreciate that, but like I said, it needs to be done with care.
Yeah, we don't want another Powerpuff Girls reboot.
No,
That was terrible. I can't believe they did that.
I was never, I have never been so disgusted in my life by a cartoon.
Me
The first
neither.
few episodes were passable. I was actually intrigued when they introduced the Silico, but then it revealed itself to be the most stupid thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
A true money grab and an outrage to the all of the fans.
What are some other shows that you've been thinking about for this topic?
Well, I mostly thought about movies that may serve as an example of reboots gone wrong and gone right.
Okay. So what are some examples?
The ones that I cited before, Total Recall and Robocop, are example of reboots that have gone wrong. Basically, they were essentially graphical upgrades and upgrades to the story. However, they failed on several aspects, mostly due to the fact that lately there is a tendency of invest heavily on special effects, while leaving the plot department and the storyboard written barren, if you catch my drift.
So you think it's mostly like the writing?
Yes, they put too much emphasis on the aesthetics and not enough onto the writing. Like giving a book the best cover to hide a bad plot.
Yeah.
That's also what happened with the Powerpuff Girls. They tried to make them look like the old show, but just to hide the fact that they were horrible. Just
Yeah.
to hide the fact that it was extremely lazily built up.
Since we were talking about Ed, Ed and Eddie earlier,
Yes?
I think one of the Cartoon Network reboots that's bothered me in recent years is Scooby Doo. The new reboot
Oh,
of Scooby Doo is pretty
yes,
bad.
I saw that. That's a big problem that Cartoon Network has with reboots lately. It has the tendency of dumbing down everything before serving it to the audience. It basically treats its audience as if it was brain dead.
They seem to follow the same formula of like awkward and gross out humor,
Exactly.
which
Basic,
I don't like. I'm not a big fan of that.
not to mention that, in my humble opinion, they're playing it out extremely safe, and that may not always be a good thing.
Playing it safe by making every show the same.
Yes, basically making it stupid, completely detached from reality, no commentary, no life lessons, all dumbed down to make it safe for the kids.
Yeah.
If you noticed also, there aren't many new action shows, especially on Cartoon Network. They were
Yeah,
all
I
moved
did.
to Netflix.
I did notice that. Like, everybody seems to be focusing more on Netflix lately.
And that's a good thing, because Netflix can, in a way, distribute a service that is better than Cartoon Network.
Do you think someday Netflix might completely take over Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network?
Oh, I don't think it will. I know it will. Digital streaming it will become dominant, and television is essentially a dying medium.
Which is kind of sad, because that's what we grew up with.
True. Though in a way you could say that it is evolving. It is embracing the digital transformation.
True.
A truth that Cartoon Network and the big corporations aren't facing, but
Mhm.
that will have to face when they will be bankrupt.
Do you remember Chalk Zone?
No, I don't think we had that here in Italy. What is it about?
I don't know why, but I was just thinking of that show. It was a Nickelodeon show that was on, I think, like in the very early 2000s. And it was about this kid that had, like, a magic piece of chalk or something. And, like, there was a place called Chalk Zone. It was a chalk world. And he could enter it through, like, drawing things.
I see. There was actually an episode of Doraemon that was about that too.
It was
really
It was one of my favorite shows growing up. It got canceled like really early though. I think it only had like 2 seasons and got canceled.
Unfortunately, that's something that happens very often lately with the shows. See Bionic Titan, Thundercats, all excellent shows that were accepted because they couldn't make enough money out of them.
Yeah.
A problem that doesn't affect Netflix, however, because of the format they transmitted through. Allow me to explain. Cartoon Network caters to an audience that it is like teens and preteens, and by making its shows like without an overarching plot and episodic, they can essentially allow people to get behind their shows more easily because they wouldn't need to watch the entire episodes to know what's going on. Netflix, on the other end, can upload all of its episodes one after the other on a streaming cloud.
True. Yeah.
And basically, this is Netflix strong point, and the point that will allow it to eradicate Cartoon Network and probably all other television services.
I'm wondering if the rights are an issue.
Rights?
Yes, like back in, I think it was like 2012, somewhere around there. Netflix had the entire series of Hey Arnold. I know I keep talking about that, but going back to that, they had all of the seasons, all of the episodes, and then removed them, and I don't know if it was because of rights issues with Nickelodeon, or if Nickelodeon was doing their own streaming service, or what was going on with that.
Typical of a dying medium, clinging to copyright to save their own skins.
Well, it was really disappointing because they had a lot of Nickelodeon shows on there with like complete seasons, and they removed them. Like even SpongeBob, like isn't. I don't even think SpongeBob's on there anymore. They moved to Amazon Prime now.
I understand. Like I said, they're pretty much trying to save what they can save right now.
So, I know we've talked a lot about Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. What about Disney Channel?
I don't know about the reboots they have made. I guess the only one that comes to mind is The Lion Guard, which I find a little mediocre. They didn't make a good use of the source material. Well, I must say that they did a good job with the characters.
Do you think they'll make a reboot of Gravity Falls?
I hope they do. That show was so underappreciated.
I agree. I thought it was really good. It was actually funny and interesting.
Yes, and on top of that, if I may add, coming to think of it, another reboot that was made by Disney Channel and is currently a success is DuckTales. DuckTales was received extremely positively and is loved because it didn't abuse the source material, but it integrated it into its own structure.
Yeah.
For example, I'm going to make a parallel between DuckTales Rebooted and they are Revolt Teen Titans Go.
Oh no, not Teen Titans Go.
Cue the disgusted words. Okay. DuckTales practically integrated the source material as references to the old series. in a very fun and seamless way. Teen Titans Go, on the other hand, pretty much made fun of the old source material and treated as if it was irrelevant. Essentially, it ridiculed its own fan base.
Yeah.
Just to appeal to the children, which, if I may say, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
So you see, good versus bad.
The reason that I focus mostly on shows instead of movies is because, well, I don't know. I think shows are more controversial than movies.
Well, that's true. After all, a movie is like some hours long. A movie is only some hours long, whereas series can take years in a way.
Yeah. It's a bigger project to take on a show.
Precisely.
Have there been any reboots that have been good? Like, I know we've talked about all the bad stuff, but...
Like I said, the only one that was good so far was DuckTales. And no one else come to mind, honestly. Oh, a good reboot was Godzilla in the case of the movies.
Oh, yeah? I still haven't seen the new one that came out.
Neither did I. But the one from some years ago was really good and appreciated.
Are there some shows that you think shouldn't be rebooted? Like,
Honestly,
absolutely not.
Honestly, I don't think so. I think anything can be rebooted if you're going to do a good job about it. The problem is ensuring that one does a good job about it, and that's absolutely not assured.
Nickelodeon's been kind of under fire lately. Well, I mean, like, the way that they treat their show creators. I mean, specifically with the SpongeBob creator and Butch Hartman, who is the creator of Danny Phantom, Fairly Odd Parents. He's made quite a few shows. And he left Nickelodeon because of, like, what they wanted to do with his shows and, like, the way that he was being treated and stuff.
I understand. That really doesn't surprise me. If you think about it, this is actually a generalized problem lately. There are countless examples in the movie and gaming industry, especially the gaming industry.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Anthem case, but it was basically they overworked their employees to the point of tears and the need of therapy.
I saw an article, I didn't really read it, but there was an article recently about the creator of SpongeBob. Like, Nickelodeon was, like, waiting for him to die, pretty much, so that they could have complete control over the franchise. Which they kind of already did, but I guess this just made it more so.
This makes it, like, to the limit of humanity.
I know. I noticed that lately Disney has been, like, rebooting some of their sitcoms.
I'm not too familiar with them.
Me neither, but one of the ones that my sister and I were kind of interested in was That's So Raven. They rebooted it. I don't know if it's still going now. It might be, but, like, they rebooted it with Raven being an adult, and, like, she has a daughter and, like, a family, and then, like, they brought some of the old characters back.
Oh, interesting. I need to look it up. That So Raven was a series that really interested me back in the day.
Oh, it was one of my favorites. It was so funny.
I agree.
Hey, speaking of, like, Disney, like, live action stuff, did you see the Kim Possible movie?
Ah! No, I just saw the trailer and some of my brain cells died. I tried to reanimate them with a magnet, but it's not working.
I saw the trailer and I watched a review of it, and just from the review, I mean, it looked terrible. Beyond terrible.
So terrible that it requires a new form to be invented to indicate the qualia that goes inside you.
Well, it didn't capture, like, any of the original show.
I know.
It was like a completely different series. Or, yeah. Like a completely different universe.
A pity, I would say.
I know. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I'm scared that with some of these, like, live action reboots that they're gonna, like, screw everything up. I mean, at least we have the originals.
True, that's true. If that's a case of bad rebooting, for example, if they went for a cartoon, they wouldn't have had all of these problems. Honestly, I don't understand also why Disney is pushing so much with the live action reboots.
Me neither. Like, it kind of came out of the blue, and after Beauty and the Beast was rebooted.
True. Honestly, I can see the point about rebooting classics, but if possible, come on.
I know.
Not to mention the Lion King, what's to reboot about it?
Yeah, like, I understand rebooting, but, like, why live action, specifically?
Well, I saw a review that mentioned that basically they wish to showcase their computer generation image skills.
Yeah.
CGI skills.
Yeah, but like you said, The Lion King, like, what's to reboot about it? I mean, the original was perfect.
I can agree.
Yeah, like, the people that are very familiar with The Lion King are people our age. Because that's what we grew up with. Not that kids today can't be interested in that, it's just they didn't really grow up with it. The original.
Exactly. And basically this introduces them to a version of the Lion King that is kind of dumbed down.
I won't go too much into detail, but you know I went to go see Toy Story 4 last night. Yeah, I won't spoil anything. But it's not what I expected. I would say to anybody, like, if you do go see it, you don't have to go see it. Like, I think the third one would suffice.
I can agree, honestly. Sometimes I stop and I wonder, will they stop or will they become a fifth movie?
They might make a fifth one just as a cash grab. You run into that too with reboots, specifically with movies, I think. Like, cash grabs, and then they turn out really bad, but they still make money even if they're bad. Which, I don't think we should do that. Like, I don't think we should support bad films. I don't think we should support cash grabs.
I agree with that completely.
Anyways, I think that's about it for this video.
Happy to be on the podcast.
Yeah,
Greetings from Italy.
Thanks for joining me today. If you guys have any questions for us or comments, please leave them in the comment section below this video. We will be doing more episodes in the future of the Shark Bites podcast, and it usually will be me and Joamy here, so thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.